Anyways, I got my dialer going, so I'm just going to click the start button and let this cold calling session begin. Again, if you guys have any questions in regards to cold calling, scripting, sales cycles, follow-up, anything relating, make sure you put it in the chat down below. We'll make sure we answer those questions at the very end. So, by the way, just so you guys have an idea of what I'm calling right now, I am calling loan maturity properties. I'll explain what that is. Basically, these properties have loans that are currently going to mature within the next 6 to 12 months. These are all commercial properties.
Again, Pam speaking. Can I help you?
Yeah, hi, I'm sorry. I was looking for the property owner of. I might have the wrong phone number.
That is the mother of this establishment. Did you need me to get a message to them?
Yeah, I'm a local investor in town, so I was just giving them a ring about the property owner.
Okay, I do not believe they're selling, but I will take your information down.
I appreciate that a lot. My first name is Henry. Yeah, hey, Paul.
Yeah.
Yeah, Paul, this is Henry. I'm a local investor here in town. I was just giving you a ring about your building on a. I'm going through a 1031 exchange, and
Sorry.
You said you're sorry about what?
I'm sorry, I didn't hear. There's noise here. I apologize.
It's all right.
It's all right.
Can you hear me better now? I mean, listen, I can definitely just give you an offer off the top of my head. I'd rather get some information if you have like 2 minutes for me. I mean, do you operate out of the building, or is this just a rental for you?
No, it's an arcade and an ice cream shop. I operate it.
Oh, you operate it. I'm sorry, you were cutting out as well. Okay, got it. You operate it out of there. Okay. I mean, is there a number that you might consider selling it for? I know that you've probably been there a while.
Oh, yeah, we've been here 24 years.
God bless.
So,
did you plan to operate it another 24, or was selling it possibly part of the game plan?
The revenue that we do out of the property plus the property, we're probably plus $3 million. So
I can understand that it's probably, unless the number is a pretty sweet figure, it probably doesn't make sense.
totally.
And then, I mean, was
I
it...
don't want to waste your time and mine.
No, of course. I mean, was it totally out of the question that you would just consider selling the property and then keeping the business and just renting it back, or was that not something you'd even consider?
No, I could consider that. That's a possibility.
Yeah, you know, obviously if you have such a successful business there, I wouldn't try to get you to sell the business. I know for a fact, my partner and I specifically focus on investment properties. We'd rather you stay. We'd like for, we'd prefer that, not have to go look for a tenant. So I don't, if you just sold the building, I don't know if you happen to have a number in mind.
No, I don't. I haven't even thought of it that way.
Well, I can do two things. I can run some numbers. I can call you back probably in the next, day 2 or 3 or so, and try to give you some type of figure.
We're not going anywhere.
Understood.
We're not.
Is this your cell phone number, Paul?
Yes, it is.
Okay.
That's why it's breaking up so good.
Yeah. Yeah, I can understand. This is my personal cell phone as well, obviously. I'll shoot you a text message shortly with my details, and then maybe we can chat in a week or two when I get some numbers together, and we'll take things from there.
Sure.
Alrighty?
All right. You take care.
Yeah, you as well, Paul. Thanks. So typically in those types of scenarios, what I like to do is, if it's more of an attractive property of something that I know I'm going to sell or going to want to sell or going to want to buy myself, I will make an offer 100% of the time with somebody. I like to stress that with everyone, like, hey, listen, make an offer 100% of the time. With this type of circumstance, because he operates a business that he's probably never going to sell anytime soon, the only way this deal is going to get done is if he stays and we just rent it back. We allow him to rent it back. Probably not a super ideal scenario, to be honest, on the investment side. For me, personally, it's also in an area where I'm pretty sure, I know a lot of these properties. It's a very high-end shore town. Long story short, I'm going to run some numbers, get back to him, and I'm going to try to come to him with a pretty decent figure if I can try to come to an idea of exactly what I would need him to rent it out at. Because basically in this situation, considering he runs the business there, I kind of look at this as I would present him an offer, but the offer would be also for him to stay at X rental amount. That makes a lot of sense for me. So as an example, if market rent in that area is $30 a square foot, I would say, hey, I'm willing to pay you X at 30 or so dollars a foot. Or if you want it to be, if he goes like, oh, I'd never accept that type of rent or anything like that, I can try to move the number down and say, listen, if you want less rent, I'll pay you less money.
Good morning, Filter Equipment.
Yeah, hi, I'm sorry. I was looking for the property owner of...
Yeah, well, you're talking to one of the owners.
How you doing? Yeah, hi. My name is Henry. I'm a local investor in town, and I'm kind of in a bind. I'm going through a 1031 exchange and calling a couple properties along the corridor here, and curious if you might consider selling the building.
Not at all.
Not at all?
Not even close.
No, I understand. I mean, listen, would you even consider buying something else locally?
This is a business, a family business that runs here, and we've been running here for years. We're not.
God bless. No, look, I completely respect that.
Yeah.
I mean, just out of curiosity, would you be totally against buying another property in town?
Yeah, at this point, it's just not worth it. I mean, we own this building almost outright. Mortgage is very low, and got a lot of family members here working.
I love that. I love to hear that kind of stuff. I have a lot of connections to a lot of the property owners in town, so I don't know if you ever, I'm not saying moving, I'm saying if you, just for investment purposes, you might consider buying something else, but don't know if that's
Probably
ever crossed
not
your
at
mind.
this point.
Okay, well, listen, keep doing what you guys are doing. No worries at all, and we'll keep in touch.
Okay, great.
Thanks.
Thank you.
Take care. So again, like I always like to say to people, go for broke. If you don't got the deal, try to find some other way to make some money. Only other question you really could ask at that point is like, do you have any other real estate goals in the next 6, 12, 24 months, whether it's this property or anything else? I like to, my immediate question always typically is, would you be totally against buying something else? Try to see if I can get them on the buy side. On to the next. Hey, Rich at Tenry, how you doing?
Okay.
Fantastic. 2 quick things, my friend. Number 1, I sent you the CA yesterday. Wanted to make sure you got it.
I saw it. I haven't opened it yet, but I will.
All good. So I just want to let you know that's in your email.
Yeah.
Second, I don't know if, my guy's bugging the heck out of me about the property. So, do you have like a quick gross income number or something like that?
I have a net operating income.
Sure.
Number.
What number do you have?
Let me get back to my desk and I will find it.
I'm in no rush
yeah.
right now, so don't worry.
With the new lease, which is the NOI is $279,104.
Okay. With them signing, you're saying?
Yes. Well, they want to sign. I gotta agree to it.
Any reason why you haven't already?
It's one of the largest ENT groups in the country, and they're partnering with Penn Medicine out of Philadelphia.
Okay.
And Penn Medicine wants to use their lease, and I said, "Well, I'm not totally against that, but I have to see it." So I'm waiting for them
To send that over.
to send me their peculiar lease.
Got it. My guy's incredibly interested. Try to see if we
Yeah.
can do something. So.
I'm not really interested at the price he's offering, but
Well, look.
he's getting closer.
What number do you think we can get something done? Because I told him the $3 million number. He came in at 265. I know it's pretty close.
$3 million is the number, basically without a capitalization of income. It's just, as is.
Yeah.
And then the buyer can take over the lease negotiations.
Got it. Do you think you can do 2.8? Somewhere in that range, and just get this done?
Well, it all depends. If he wants to,
It'll be as is.
If he's basing his price on the current leases, no, it's not going to work.
Again, I wouldn't say it's based on the current leases, but yeah, again, you don't even need to sign the new lease. Obviously, it wouldn't be contingent upon that. We could work with them, or if you want to sign the lease, sure. There's obviously
it's a 7-year lease with options. The only thing is they want a lot of tenant improvements that are going to cost money. And the question is, am I going to do that? If I do that, then the price goes way over $3 million.
No, I understand. Well, listen, let me see how close to that $3 million number I can get, and then just curious, real quick, how much tenant do they have a rough number of tenant improvement?
Yeah, it's a complete refit of 5,200 square feet. So we've agreed that the cap it at $500,000. They're going to pay 3/4, and I'm going to pay 1/4.
Okay, so $500,000, you're going to pay 1/4, so $125,000.
Right. And
Okay.
then the other $375 gets packed into their lease
Okay, got it. And when are they going to pay that off?
over 7 years.
Over
the
the
term of the lease.
Got it. So it's really like a 30-year lease. A 7-year lease minus at the $30-something a square foot that you were talking about,
Right.
minus the $375,000.
Exactly.
Got it. Okay. Understood. So I'm going to see how close to that $3 million.
That's why I didn't send back the NDA. I got to look at that first. I want to make sure it's not a commission agreement, because I'm not going into commission agreement. Till
It's
we get
not.
a
It's
little
not.
closer
It's
to
not a
price.
commission agreement. No. Understood. So yeah, let me see how close to that $3 million number I can get to. I know we're going to be pretty close. And that just last thing, really, to make sure I'm just understanding something. You said 275 net operating. 279 net operating income. That number includes all the money you're paying back in that TI.
Yeah. Yep.
Got it. Okay. And then obviously all taxes, insurance, and any
Oh yeah,
maintenance and things.
it's a net operating income after expenses.
Okay, cool. All right, let me take a look at that CA, and because then I can put it in front of him and hopefully try to get him up to that $3 million or as close as possible to it.
Okay.
All righty.
All right. So yeah, if he wants to, take the effort, you'll see there's a lot of upside in this.
Yeah, he definitely sees that, and
If I wasn't trying to retire, I wouldn't be even considering it.
I understand. I get that. So okay, let me I guess take a look. If you have any questions, call me. And then we'll try to get this hopefully taken care of.
Okay.
Thanks, Rich.
Okay. All right.
Thank you. Bye bye. So, again, this is an medical office building owner that I'm in touch with. This is gonna have a net operating income of around 280. If I can get it above a 10 cap, There's a lot of money to be made here. I'm calling as a broker. I started off the conversation as an investor. I, share with him that I'm a broker. I think there's some opportunity here. We'll see how the conversation goes. Hey, Rob?
Hello.
Yeah, hi. I'm sorry, Miss Lang?
Speaking.
Yeah, hi, Miss Lang. My name is Henry, and I'm a local investor here in town, and I was just giving you a call about your property on and I was just curious if you might consider selling the property.
No, we're not really interested in doing that right now. Thank you.
I can completely understand. I'm calling you out of the blue. I am curious, though. I mean, if I got you a crazy number that might blow you away, I don't know if you might consider it.
Are you a broker?
I mean, I happen to hold a license, but I am by no means looking for a listing whatsoever.
I'm sorry, what is your name?
My name is Henry.
And you said you're a broker or a realtor, or you have a license?
So I'm an investor. However, I'm an investor,
You're
but
an investor.
but I happen to have a real estate license, full disclosure, but I am absolutely not looking for a listing here. I mean, are you looking to list your property for sale? I can refer you a great person.
No, I would actually list it myself. I'm a realtor.
Okay, nice. I mean, well, listen, I'm constantly looking for properties, on the island here, and if you have any fantastic investment opportunities, I'd love to take a look.
So you have an interested buyer, is what you're saying?
I am the interested buyer.
And what do you think your exceptional offer would be?
I mean, I'd love to take a few minutes to ask you some questions about the property, but it looks like to me, just to be super clear, it looks like this is a single family house that you built. Is that accurate?
Incorrect.
Would you be able to tell me a little bit? I mean, I'm looking on Google Maps. I passed this.
Where are you calling? Where are you calling from?
I live in Monmouth County.
You live in Monmouth County?
Yes.
Okay. All right. No, we're really not interested at this time. Thank you, though.
Got it.
Bye-bye.
Did I say something that upset you? Listen, I have the Google Maps up. It looks like a single family house to me, unless I am looking at the wrong side of the street. Give me a second as I am zooming around on Google Maps. Anyways, this property, I mean, maybe it's a mixed-use property. Anyways, long story short, it's not exactly something I'm spectacularly interested in. If you're going to be going for a listing on a commercial deal, what's your typical commission percentage? I will typically always say to somebody, would you be totally against paying a 3% commission? And then my goal is then I have the buffer of a minimum of 3%. But then I always have the maximum of the fact of I'm going to try to upsell the property and try to build. The better negotiating that I can do is that I try to completely eliminate the thought of percentage commissions and just say, okay, so you're looking to net X number. It's not really about how much you pay me. Because you could pay me 10% as long as you net, this guy wants $3 million, so he's like, oh, I don't want to sign a commission agreement. Okay, well, if I got him a contract where he nets $3 million, I don't think he'll care if I got a contract for 3.5. Anyways, it's just, I try to get them off a percentage number. But at the very beginning, I'll always say hey, would you be totally against paying a 3% commission if I got you a price at X price? Just because it also helps me get down the number 3%. So it's if they're looking for a $3 million number and I say, would you be totally against paying a 3% commission? No, I'll pay 3% if I got a contract at $3 million. Okay, so just to be super clear, you're actually looking to net about 2.9. It's not really about $3 million anyways, right? Just so if I can get you a contract where you net 2.9, you're going to be content in taking that contract. Yes. All right, so I'll take them off the mindset of commission and more onto the mindset of net.
Can you go over the maturity date again?
Yeah.
Special mortgage for commercial properties?
By the way, thank you, Dwayne, for the comment. I appreciate that. That's very helpful. Tanya, so maturity dates. So basically, again, what happens is that let's just say I bought a 10 family recently. We got a 5-year interest-only note at 3.75%. So that means for the next 5 years, or really now 4 years, I have a 3.75% interest-only loan on the property. At the end of that 5 years, and it is public information that I have a loan that is going to mature, which is going to come due. They have a balloon payment. It means I have to pay the entire balance of that $1 million loan in 4 years. And obviously, don't get me wrong, the bank's they're not expecting to be, they want to be paid off, but what they're hoping you're going to do is you're going to refinance the property. And the reason why they do this is because interest rates fluctuate. Right now, interest rates, the bank's lending out money at a much higher rate, and they have mine locked at 3.75, right? I mean, they have a bunch of people locked in at 2%. Think about it. This is why banks are failing. I mean, they have debt that they have to make payments on of 6 or 7 or 8%, or what they're promising, right? They're promising the everyday average American 4.5% interest on the money in their checking account, and yet they have loans out at 2%. So that's why they're struggling in some instances. But so in 3.5 years, I might get a phone call from somebody saying, "Hey, I know your loan's coming due." I mean, that's not how I do the script, but hey, I'm a local investor in town. Just curious, you might consider selling the property. I mean, if interest rates are 10% in 4 years, I'm probably going to sell I'm going to sell the property. You know, I'm actually looking at selling it now because we got a crazy ridiculous offer, but we'll see what happens. But not really in the business of selling stuff like that. Does that answer your question, Tanya?
Yes, thanks.
Of course.
That's an opportunity.
Absolutely.
If you're still watching this video, that means to me that you're a committed real estate agent and you're looking to take your life and business to the next level. I'm just curious. Why have you yet to schedule your free, no obligation coaching consultation? All you have to do is simply go in the description down below, and people are telling me this call has been the most unbelievable, the most powerful call they've had in their entire career. And here's just a few of the individuals who have taken full advantage of this call. And my mission is to support as many realtors as possible, build a 6- and 7-figure net income business so that they don't have to rely on this industry anymore for their everyday income. If you're a committed realtor, which I can see like you are, all you have to simply do to take full advantage of this free coaching consultation is to go in the description down below and schedule your free call now.